Well, hello YouTube, welcome back. I think we're gonna get started on this truck again. As you can see, not much has changed because I ended up doing a bunch of housework, but I need to get back on it. And I think where I'm gonna start today, as you can see, is this bed needs to come off. It's already been off, but I had to put it back on to get it in the garage. But it definitely needs to come back off. It's just becoming a catch-all at this point, and I need to do a bunch of work in the back. So I think I'm going to disassemble it, all the sides, because it needs a bunch of work anyways. As you can see, the front is already coming apart and peeling. So I'm just going to finish it off, get some of these rails out of here, and put this in pieces on the side yard where I've been storing everything as of now. And I might even take this running board off as well, because I already have the other side off. So I'll set you guys up for a time lapse, and I'll just end up taking this thing apart. All right, I got it emptied out at least. You can see I've been even storing stuff underneath it. So that's all gotta go. It looks like I'm gonna try and take the rails off the bed side, I think. Or it might be easier to take the rails, these cross rails here, off the side rails. Then I'll just have two of those pieces and a couple of these pieces, and then the tailgate obviously will just pop right off. But I want to start working on, that's a Ford 9-inch out of a 71 F250. And I want to get this replaced soon so that I can start figuring out ride height and everything. And I think I'm going to reuse the leafs for now, because I kind of like how it's sitting now. It's not super low. So yeah, let me go through and see what it's going to take to get these rivets out. Like I said, most of those are already out. These ones are all pretty much in there though. So this front panel's bent anyways, and I figured it'd just be easier to, if they're so cheap to get a new one, I might as well just get a new one to replace that. So yeah, let me get to it. All right, so we're gonna get started knocking these out here. I did a trial one right there with the little roto cutters that I have here, and they work really well. You just cut the outside off and then just kind of punch them through. This one, the side has already been mangled and it's coming apart, so I'm just gonna get these top two off so I can get this apart. The only problem is somebody previously decided to add some weld in here, so I have to cut through that as well as knock at least this next rivet out. And then this part should be free, and then I can work on the frame. So we're gonna get to it. Take the outside of that off, and you just get a punch here. Punches it through, and you can see we're free on this side now. So that actually broke that weld too when I went ahead and did that. It's perfect. So I'm gonna go through and switch to the other side, and I'll come back when it's done. All right, we got that panel off. Let's few welds I had to cut. Always remember, safety first. I've had too many accidents by trying to do things quickly, but that's all off. So now we can get started on getting the sides off of this frame. There's a lot there. I wish I didn't have to do it, but it all needs to get redone. This thing's been sitting for who knows how long and getting rusty. This is a really old truck. I think it's been out of service for a very long time. So on to the next side. All right, now we're gonna get these bed sides detached from the bed frame here. There's just a couple rivets here, and then inside the fender, there's a couple more. You can detach this step side fender. There's some bolts up here, but they're so rusted right now. I'm just gonna deal with getting the sides apart because I really only have a short amount of time to work on this every day, and I want to get this bed apart and make some progress because I want to start working on the rear suspension and the fuel tank setup. So I'm gonna just set up the phone and we'll get the side off. So the only downside to these is they are kind of brittle. I don't know if I'm being too aggressive with them, but they break a lot. So we're going to try and use the next size, which is just slightly bigger, but I want to get this done. So I'm just going to use this. This is a 5/16 that I broke. I'm going to a 3/8, so I just got to be more careful. Definitely see how rusty it is. All this rust keeps falling off. But got it separated. I think the rivets are still in the frame, but we'll deal with that in a second. So now it's time for these difficult ones in here. I'll try and film the best I can, but they're kind of hard to see. All right, well, ended up taking this off anyways, because see, there's only held on by 3. I just really couldn't get in here to get these ones very well. Plus I have all these, so this will make it easier. Had to come off anyways. I was just trying to skip a step, and sometimes that's not always the best option. Just do it right the first time, and you can clean everything up. All right, I'm gonna get back to it. All right, I went ahead and just knocked the rest of these rivets out on this side so we can get this thing separated. I'm not sure how hard it's gonna be to get these rivets out of here, but we'll tackle that another day. I just wanted to get this apart so I can store it, because I really don't have room to store it as a whole bed. And when I go to assemble this thing, I'm going to do it on some sawhorses or something, but I need to get all this frame work done and the cab and everything. I want it to be driving in and out of the garage with the cab on it, and then I'll start working on the body work. So yeah, I'm going to get this stored away, and then I'll finish up the other side. All right, I went ahead and got those rivets drilled out on the rest of it and moved it outside. Now I need to work on getting this Ford 9-inch in here. I have new spring perches that'll match the 2-inch springs, and then I have to work with these 2 cross members. I think I just have to move this one over because I have a 72 Mustang tank that'll go in here, and I'm going to make some brackets for that. So we're going to start working on that next. But for now, I have to go through and clean all this up. There's rust and drill marks everywhere, drill dust. So that's what we're going to do next. So that last footage was about a year ago. I haven't really done anything since then to this. I kind of just lost the direction I was going with it. I was originally just going to do a real basic hot rod build, but I'm starting to realize I'm just really wanting to get into motorsports. Now this is my 72 Mustang that I'm really wanting to get into track days with it and kind of just learn the ropes of driving, performance driving on the track. And so I want to get this. It's got a couple of things it needs, but then it'll be ready to go. And that's going to be one of our main projects now. And also I have this tow rig I got to work on that needs a couple things so we can start towing stuff to and from the track and picking up more projects. So this is a 72 Mach 1 with the 351 Cleveland. Has a factory 4-speed behind it, and you know, they used to road race these cars back in the day, so I think it's a perfect platform for me to just kind of learn how to drive on. I'm really into the old cars, so I'd rather, instead of getting something new, I'd rather just keep going with this project. It's got a couple of things it needs, but we're going to start doing some videos on this next, and then hopefully when I develop some more fabrication skills, we can get back on the truck, and I have some big plans for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can post more than once a year and continue this.